Hello, 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 hello.
Hello.
Ta-da, so I take it that means
Right,
we were
good.
heard. Good evening, Francis and Long Johnless, Thomas even. Aha, there's
Good evening, Jennifer.
good evening, Jeffinor. What you calling your team this evening? Or are you just on your lonesome?
Sticking a wee bit.
Yeah, I see that. Now, I can only assume either Jennifer isn't hearing or she is, but with a team and they're deciding on a team name.
Oh, the whole gang.
Open Bandits, the whole gang. But,
Sounds like my mum and half a gang.
Mum's tea as opposed to Mum's team. So is the whole gang yourself, Catherine and Paul, then Jennifer? Good evening, Mum's team. Mum's mini team, I should say. Your competition's not here tonight, Jennifer, because and I think this is the first time it's happened. Stevie.
He's missed one before because he was on holiday.
Oh, so Stevie won't be here tonight because he's away visiting in-laws. Oh well, if there's any animal questions, Peanut might be able to answer them then.
Well, of course, Jennifer would be quite good in animals too. She's almost like Snow White. She's got that many animals.
Absolutely,
Now.
yeah.
Feeding the birds.
Feeding the birds to the cat, and then the cat to the dogs. Well, that's a full team then, Peanut and Noodles. Right. What time are we on? Oh, 5 minutes yet. Da-di-da. Good evening, Mariana from sunny Wales. It's raining here and quite windy too, and quite misty.
Yes, and not very warm.
Yeah. Fiona's actually sitting with a blanket round her.
Alright, that's Janet with us. Good evening, Janet.
Good evening, Janet. Thanks for joining.
So, after having to postpone last week's, it's given us a chance to make it harder.
we hope. We hope.
I think you'll find the first round's quite hard, but don't be dismayed because I think it's really just the first round, isn't it?
I did think about saying what you've just said, and then I thought, no, I'm not going to, because any time we've said we've managed to
Yeah.
make it hard. We've ended up with record scores. So it's like everything else. If you know, it's easy. If you
Yeah.
don't know, it's hard. So I hear you were having a nice phone conversation with someone the other night, Janet. He was telling us all about it.
Yes, we heard, yes.
We do have a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Refreshing going on. But hopefully that's only affecting the screen and not the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Seem to think about it now that we've got kind of that set up. The better setup would be if I just had a stand for the wee monitor, and I could just have the monitor sitting, and then it would be all, you know what I mean? It would all be more or less right in front of us. So I think we've got the Pettit McFarlanes possibly arriving.
Probably. Minute to go. No, that might not be right though. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, that makes a change.
I know.
What game is it you play?
I don't do it anymore.
The Marbons are here. Good evening.
Good evening.
Naoko and Leslie. Thanks for joining. It's worked out well for you, given that we had to postpone last week. It's funny, so it's worked out well for some people and not so well for others, because I had a few messages from people today saying that they can't make it tonight because we've got other commitments.
Right, that's 8 o'clock now.
So we just crack on then, and maybe I'll get people just appearing as we're saying what our menu is. Although the only real change to the menu. Evening everyone, and thanks for your patience, and sorry about last week. Still not entirely certain what happens, but here we are, and thanks for coming along. As always, 5 rounds, 10 questions in each round. First round is science, and we believe it's quite difficult. Yeah. Second round, usual connection. Hi Beckett and Alan, thanks for joining us all the way from the US of A.
Good evening.
And the third round is a picture round, which I know you particularly love, Becky. The fourth round is the chain as always. Fifth round, general knowledge. So we'll just crack right on, and anybody arrives in now, they should be able to catch up. So here we go. Now, as I said, the first round is science, and here's our first question. Good luck, everyone.
What does a sphygmomanometer measure?
Well said, Dana. So that's question 1. What does a sphygmomanometer measure?
That'll be Thomas. Thomas, that's bad language. Sphygmomanometer. Oh, now, because I'm trying to. Sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer.
That's it.
It's easier for me to say it if I don't look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, good evening.
Who's that?
I'm Alison from Wiltshire.
Good evening, Alison from Wiltshire. Thanks for joining.
I've just had Erin and Bryony and my wee granddaughter Florence. They've driven up from Wiltshire today back to Glasgow.
Right, so moving on. Question 2.
What animal has the largest brain?
So that's question 2. What animal has the largest brain? And we're going to be very specific on this. Question 3.
What is the most common type of rock found on Earth's surface?
So that's question 3. What is the most common type of rock found on Earth's surface? Question 4.
What is another name for vitamin B3?
So that's question 4. What is another name for vitamin B3? Question 5.
What is the term for a last known member of a species?
So that's question 5. What is the term for a last known member of a species? No.
Species or species? Species.
Species. Just like pieces, but with a s in front. Question 6.
Which inventor first used the term horsepower?
So that's question 6. Which inventor first used the term horsepower? Question 7.
What is the top speed a free-falling object can reach called?
So that's question 7. What is the top speed a free-falling object can reach called? Excuse me. Question 8.
What is formed when light is bent by layers of hot air?
So that's question 8. What is formed when light is bent by layers of hot air? Sorry, I'm just like I've got a wee image of Thomas.
Yeah, so have I.
Question 9.
Peter Conrad was the third person to do what?
That's question 9. Peter Conrad was the third person to do what? And finally, question 10.
What is the common name for hydrogen hydroxide?
So that's question 10. What is the common name for hydrogen hydroxide? Now moving on to round 2, as always, connection round. So in case there's anyone new out there, the first 9 answers are all connected in some way, and question 10 will be how are they connected. So good luck everyone. Question 1.
Which sweet company was formed by Hans Riegel in Bonn in 1920?
So that's question 1. Which sweet company was formed by Hans Riegel in Bonn in 1920? Question 2.
Who is the youngest winner of the men's singles at Wimbledon?
So that's question 2. Who is the youngest winner of the men's singles at Wimbledon? Question 3.
Who published 4 papers on the theory of relativity in 1915?
So that's question 3. Who published 4 papers on the theory of relativity in 1915? Pretty good considering there was a war going on.
Have you read any of these papers?
Can't say I have, darling. Have you?
No.
No. Maybe we should make that one of our.
Well, we should at least read the highlights.
Yeah. Question 4.
What word is missing from this slogan? Big on quality, blank on price.
That's question 4. What word is missing from this slogan? Big on quality, something on price. Question 5.
The songs Showroom Dummies and The Model were hits for which synth band?
So that's question 5. The songs Showroom Dummies and The Model were hits for which synth band?
That's Thomas is threatening me with withdrawing my chocolate. Said that my rations are in danger.
Question 6.
Allianz Arena is home to which top European football club? I think that'll be with my rations back on again.
So question 6 is Allianz Arena is home to which top European football club? Question 7.
In which month does Oktoberfest begin?
So that's question 7. In which month does Oktoberfest begin?
Good evening, Robert. Nice of you to join us.
Hey, hi Robert, thanks for coming along, sir. Question 8.
The British comedy drama of Wiedersehen Pet is set in which city?
So that's question 8. The British comedy drama of Wiedersehen Pet is set in which city? Question 9.
The actors Harmon, Ruffalo and Wahlberg all share what first name?
So that's question 9. The actors Harmon, Ruffalo and Wahlberg all share what first name? Excuse me. And finally, question 10.
What's
What's
the
the
connection?
Excuse me. We'll move on to the answers for the first 2 rounds now. So, round 1, science. Question 1.
What does a sphygmomanometer measure?
Well done, darling. Special prize just for that. And that is blood pressure. Question 2.
What animal has the largest brain?
That is sperm whale. So if you just put whale, you're wrong. If you put blue whale, obviously you're wrong. It's sperm whale.
And it's not all that big, is it? Relative to the size of the animal.
That was quite astounding. I expected it to be in the hundreds of kilos. Question 3.
What is the most common type of rock found on Earth's surface?
And that would be sedimentary. Now the most abundant rock on Earth, I think it was igneous, I can't remember
On
quite.
the planet.
On the planet, yeah, but actually on the surface it's sedimentary. Question 4.
What is another name for vitamin B3?
And that is niacin. Or niacin. Sin or sin?
Niacin.
Niacin. Question 5.
What is the term for a last known member of a species?
And that is endling. Makes sense.
I've never heard of that.
Neither had I. I thought it was really interesting, that's why I wanted to put it in. Question 6.
Which inventor first used the term horsepower?
I wonder how many of you this catches out because it caught us out, didn't it? It's James Watt. We both thought
It was Stevenson.
Question 7.
What is the top speed a free-falling object can reach called?
And that is terminal velocity, which I believe was a movie as well. Question 8.
What is formed when light is bent by layers of hot air?
And that is a mirage. Question 9.
Peter Conrad was the third person to do what?
He was the third person to walk on the moon. And question 10.
What is the common name for hydrogen hydroxide?
And it is water. Water. And moving on to the connection round answers. So question 1.
Which sweet company was formed by Hans Riegel in Bonn in 1920?
And that is Haribo. Question 2.
Who is the youngest winner of the men's singles at Wimbledon?
That is Boris Becker. Question 3.
Who published 4 papers on the theory of relativity in 1915?
That was Albert Einstein.
We'll take just Einstein.
Yeah. But we won't just take Albert.
No.
Question 4.
What word is missing from this slogan? So it's big on quality, little on price.
Question 5.
The songs Showroom Dummies and The Model were hits for which synth band?
That was Kraftwerk. Question 6.
Allianz Arena is home to which top European football club?
It is home to Bayern Munich. Question 7.
In which month does Oktoberfest begin?
Oktoberfest begins in September and runs into October. Question 8.
The British comedy drama of Wiedersehen Pet is set in which city?
It is set in Dusseldorf. They may come home to Newcastle or Middlesbrough. That's what every now and again, but that sort of thing set in Dusseldorf. Question 9.
The actors Harmon, Ruffalo and Wahlberg all share what first name?
They all share the first name Mark. And question 10.
What's the connection?
And the connection is quite simply Germany. Mark was their currency before the euro. And Dusseldorf
Yes, it was
is
quite
obviously in
it was
Germany.
a relatively easy,
Yeah, we thought so.
easy connection.
We thought after the difficult science round we
ones,
would
yeah.
do that. So let's see how you're all doing after that. Marky Mark. I was like, what's the Marky Mark? It's just on to me. Marky Mark. And the Marbons, 10 out of 20. Well done, man. Well done, Ra. Mum's team 7. That's Alison, isn't it? Yeah, well done, Alison. Right.
Yes, good evening to Caroline and Richard and Jacob.
Right, round 2. Wow. Wow.
Who's that?
Violence.
Right, Janet was on 9.
Well done, Janet. Who did you say good evening to?
Alison, the rest of Alison's team.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's her
So
sister,
Richard
sister,
and Jacob, yeah. Caroline, yeah.
Right. Who have I missed?
Oh, Jennifer, team 5. So, but we actually called this one right then. We did say potentially we could have some of our lowest scores ever, and that's been the case. So round one was quite difficult.
Well, there's still the general knowledge
Yeah.
to look forward to, Mr. and Mrs. Boylan.
And you'll be glad to know that's the last science round for a while. We'll maybe do something simple like geography next one.
Yeah, Janet likes that.
Right, so at the moment we have in the lead Alison's team on 13. Then we have in second place Marianne on 12. Then we have Ra in third place on 11. Becky Allen, well done. Then we've got the Mavins on 10. Then Janet on 9. Boylan's on 9. Mum's team on 7 and the Open Bandits on 5. Yeah, I feel like that, and there's other people playing because we can see how many there is that are not putting scores up, but that's fine. Right, so yeah, that has turned out to be quite a difficult one. So we'll be moving on
wait a minute, I've got Linda and John.
Oh, Linda and John.
6.
Right.
Appalling start, they're saying.
And good evening, Linda and John. Sorry, I don't think I said. So we're moving on to the picture round now, and tonight's picture. Well, actually, before we do that, we're doing that. Our did you know the first festival at Worthy Farm was called the Pilton Pop, Folk and Blues Festival, and took place in late summer 1970, opening the day after Jimi Hendrix died. It was attended by 1,500 people. Admission was £1, which included free camping and free milk. Well, you do now. And obviously we all know that now as Glastonbury. And we're moving on to our picture round, and our picture round is a mixed bag tonight. So it's just a see what you see, basically, yeah.
Yes, it
could be a film, a song, it could be an internet
book,
company.
a person.
Yep, absolutely. So here we go. Picture 1.
Why are we showing?
Oh, wait a minute.
You haven't got the picture, have you?
Right, sorry. There we go. Picture 1.
Sorry about that. Also sorry about the yelping cat in the background. Robert, such a busy man.
He certainly is, isn't he? He's always up to something. Almost as busy as George Noble.
No, I don't know what George is up to.
And picture 2.
It's awfully slow. Loading.
Yeah.
Oh, but you wouldn't go that far.
Picture 3. Let's obviously name the country. Picture 4. Alligator or crocodile?
Yeah, you should all know because
Mhm.
we've done this before.
You're now, of course, one of the world's leading experts on the
I
subject.
can
now, yeah.
identify one from the other immediately now.
Yeah. As long as they're not right in front of you.
Yes, I wouldn't be staying around to do the identification.
Picture 5. Picture 6. The name of the Formula One team we're looking for, so that's a livery for which Formula One team. Leslie will be all over that.
It's a funny word, livery.
Picture 7. It's just dawned on me. One person that should be able to identify it very easily.
But Mariana will know that for certain.
Picture 8. It's obviously a logo, so a logo of which company? You make me thinking it's a hieroglyphic or something. Picture 9. Bit of help on this one.
Well, obviously it's a castle. Which one?
It's certainly no a single end, is it? Quite miserable out there, isn't it?
Horrible.
And finally, picture 10. Pardon me.
Yes, it does it. What is it? Well done.
What's
You
that?
got that.
Who's
Becky got number 9.
Yeah.
Got it straight away.
Well done. But did you get number 10 straight away? Right, so moving on to round 4, as always, the chain. Excuse me. So the last letter of the first answer is the first letter of the second answer, and so on. So, question 1.
Who is Deputy Prime Minister of the UK?
That's question 1. Who is Deputy Prime Minister of the UK? Question 2.
The disease hydrophobia is more commonly known as what?
That's question 2. The disease hydrophobia is more commonly known as what? Question 3.
What instrument is used to measure and record ground motion during an earthquake?
So that's question 3. What instrument is used to measure and record ground motion during an earthquake?
I suspect that might be a chocolate supply destroyer. But it's a chain, so remember that you can use the questions either side, the answers either side, for clues.
Question 4.
Which sauce is used in Eggs Benedict?
So that's question 4. Which sauce is used in Eggs Benedict? Question 5.
Something converted into a code, especially to prevent unauthorised access, is said to be what?
That's question 5. Something converted into a code, especially to prevent unauthorised access, is said to be what? Question 6.
Before the euro, what was the currency of Greece?
So that's question 6. Before the euro, what was the currency of Greece? Question 7.
Which 1979 movie set during the Vietnam War saw Captain Willard, played by Martin Sheen, sent on a secret mission to assassinate Colonel Kurtz, played by Marlon Brando?
I've missed that.
Missed that.
Right. Question 7. Which 1979 movie set during the Vietnam War saw Captain Willard, played by Martin Sheen, sent on a secret mission to assassinate Colonel Kurtz, played by Marlon Brando? And if that's the only mistake, I'll not be bothered.
No, there's been a couple.
Is there?
But there's been a couple of mistakes, but I think we've got away with it. I've no idea that if you just asked me that, I wouldn't know the answer, but I've actually seen the film. But I didn't even know what it was about when I was watching it.
And I went to see it in the movies, and it was the very first time they had used 5.1 surround sound, and it was one of those genuine wow moments in my life. You see that very iconic scene, for anyone that's watched that, with the helicopters and they come out, you just hear them coming from way back behind you, and then suddenly, and it just something else. Anyway, moving on. Question 8.
Which vocalist took Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You to #1 in in 1992?
So that's question 8. Which vocalist took Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You to number 1 in 1992? And it's quite funny, as a wee aside, when I went to America, is it the duplex cinemas they call them, the ones that's got the wall to wall sound, the walls are just speakers, and I actually saw Iron Man 3 there, and I fell asleep. Even though, and it's just, Iron Man 3 is just noise from start to finish, and I actually fell asleep. Anyway, question 9.
Which computer games company has produced the GameCube, 64 and Switch?
So that's question 9. Which computer games company has produced the GameCube, 64 and Switch? Final question for this round. Question 10.
What is the national gemstone of Australia?
So that's question 10. What is the national gemstone of Australia? We've got the answers to rounds 3 and 4 now. So round 3 was the picture round, and picture 1 is
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
picture 2.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Is that's obviously a picture of a heart, someone breaking a pencil, and the hotel is Raffles. Picture 3. This is a flag of
Iceland.
Picture 4.
Is an alligator. And how you can tell the difference is because a crocodile has got a very pointy head at the front. Its mouth goes to a point, whereas an alligator is more square.
Picture 5.
And that is a game of croquet.
Never played croquet?
No.
Neither have I.
But I like
Neither or neither.
neither. But I could be like in Alice in Wonderland, I could do the off with their heads bit.
Well, yeah, you would do very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Picture 6, and this is the livery of McLaren. Picture 7, this is
Brigitte Macron. And it's quite a flattering picture of her.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't know. Picture 8.
This is the symbol or logo of TikTok, I think.
It is, yes.
Is it?
Picture 9. This is
Stirling Castle.
And picture 10 is a
Limpet.
limpet. Yeah, which kind of, again, it's another one of those ones that took us by surprise, didn't it? Yeah. These
I didn't know that they could actually move around.
Moving on to the answers for the chain. So question 1,
Who is Deputy Prime Minister of the UK?
and that would be Angela Rayner. So your next question answer begins with the letter R. The disease, question 2.
The disease hydrophobia is more commonly known as what?
It's more commonly known as rabies. Next one begins with the letter S.
What instrument is used to measure and record ground motion during an earthquake?
And that is a seismograph. And next one begins with the letter H.
Which sauce is used in Eggs Benedict?
And that is hollandaise. So the next one begins with the letter E. Question 5.
Something converted into a code, especially to prevent unauthorised access, is said to be what?
It's said to be encrypted. Question 6.
Before the euro, what was the currency of Greece?
That would be the drachma. So question 7 begins with the letter A.
Which 1979 movie, blah 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 blah,
And it is
was Apocalypse Now?
question 8.
Which vocalist took Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You to #1 in 1992?
And that would be Whitney Houston. Next one begins with N. Question 9.
Which computer games company has produced the GameCube, 64 and Switch?
And that is Nintendo. Question 10 begins with the letter O. Well, the answer.
What is the national gemstone of Australia?
And that is opal. So, let's see how we all got on with those 2 rounds. Excuse me. Rob just dropped in to say hello, basically. Dog duty. Mariana. His total is now 29. So that's much better, Mariana. 17 for those 2 rounds.
Yes.
Very good.
Excellent.
Very, very good. Oh, I put 24. It's 29.
Further 16 for my mum's team.
That's 23. Ra is now on 24. That's very good.
Oh, my
Uh-huh,
Bond's
Alison.
on 28. 30 for Alison's team.
Very good. The Marbons as well. Yeah, 20. So that was 18 out of that round. So top scorers for that round so far. The Marbons. 20. Or is that 2-0 out of 40, Jennifer? Is it 2-0 or is it 20? Open Bandits up to 20.
Right, so Linda and John didn't do well on the picture round, but then they got everything right in the chain. So their whole total is 19.
Right, very good. I'm not.
And Janet's total 16.
24 for Broylands, Janet 16. Of course you will, Francis. Of course you will.
You will.
Yeah.
There might still be one wee medically scientific question.
Is there?
No, I don't know that. Maybe there isn't. No, I think we had it in the chain.
No. Yes, hydrophobia does mean fear of water. Yeah, but we didn't ask that. We asked what was the medical term.
No, we didn't ask what. We asked what disease.
What disease? Yes. So therefore, the question's correct.
And we actually went back and changed it precisely for that reason.
Yep.
Because I said, well, it means fear of water,
Yep.
and that's not what we're asking.
So we could have asked that question twice in 2 different forums. Really, couldn't we? Because we could have just asked what is hydrophobia a fear of, and that would have been correct.
Yes, we've asked what disease.
Yes.
So
Yep.
and fear of water is not a disease; it's a symptom.
Correct. So
Or a
at the
condition.
moment, we have in the lead on 30 points, Alison's team. Very good. On 29 points is Marianne. On 28.
Mariana.
Mariana, yep. On the 28 is the Marbons. Then we've got 2 on 24. That's the Ra team, Becky and Alan, and the Boylans.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have on 23 your mum's team. Then on 20 Open Bandits, Linda and John on 19 and Janet on 16. So all very close going into the final round. So here we go, into the general knowledge round. So good luck everyone, and here's the first question.
Androphobia is the fear of what?
So that's question 1. Androphobia is the fear of what?
Yes, that's probably the one I was thinking of that was coming up.
Yep. Hot on the heels of the great hydrophobia debate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there is another one. There is. Sorry, Thomas. Brace yourself.
Question 2.
What is the national animal of Canada?
So that's question 2. What is the national animal of Canada? Question 3.
The English horn and contrabassoon belong to which family of instruments?
So that's question 3. The English horn and contrabassoon belong to which family of instruments?
So the Oban Bandits, they're not afraid to challenge.
I like that.
We like that.
Yeah. Question 4.
This is, I think, the last one, Thomas. Xerostomia is a medical term for dry what? Is it A, skin, B, eyes, or C, mouth?
So that's question 4. Xerostomia is the medical term for dry what? Is it A, skin, B, eyes, or C, mouth? At least you get something.
Yeah,
to
so
have
got a
pop at,
choice, yeah.
Question 5.
How many yellow properties are on a UK monopoly board?
So that's question 5. How many yellow properties are on a UK monopoly board? Question 6.
What does the E stand for in the acronym UNICEF?
So that's question 6. What does the E stand for in the acronym UNICEF?
My chocolate's on a sugary peg. It's not me.
Oh, see,
It's not me, Thomas.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the wrong type of threat, isn't it? Question 7.
What is the birthstone for May?
So that's question 7. What is the birthstone for May?
It's the sort of thing I know nothing about.
Question 8.
What is the first prime number after 100?
So it's question 8. What is the first prime number after 100? Question 9.
What part of the female body produces most estrogen?
So it's question 9. What part of the female body produces most estrogen?
It is quite heavy on the sciencey medical stuff tonight. I will admit that. Suits some people and not others. I think this is my chocolate going. Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's just somebody wishing me a lovely week.
Yeah. And finally, question 10.
Used since 1925. What is the slogan of Bell's Scotch Whisky?
So it's question 10. Used since 1925. What is the slogan of Bell's Scotch Whisky? And here's a wee random growing up fact from my life. Where we stayed, we could look right over to Cardowan Colliery, and then you look to the right of Cardowan Colliery and the steps, and you had the whisky bond there. It was Bell Scotch Whisky, and I saw that logo every day. All the time. That only just dawned on me that earlier on.
I didn't know that I knew it, but I did. As soon as I saw the question, I knew the answer.
It's one of those ones where you'll be like, anyway, and we'll move on to the answers now. So question 1.
Androphobia is the fear of men.
Question 2.
What is the national animal of Canada?
And that is the beaver. Question 3.
The English horn and contrabassoon belong to which family of instruments?
They belong to the woodwind family of instruments. Question 4.
Xenostomia is a medical term for dry mouth. Not eyes, not skin.
Question 5.
How many yellow properties are on a UK Monopoly board?
There are 3. Oh yeah, Leicester Square, Coventry Street and Piccadilly. Question 6.
What does the E stand for in the acronym UNICEF?
It stands for emergency. Question 7.
What is the birthstone for May?
That is emerald. Question 8.
What is the first prime number after 100?
That is 101.
And what is a prime number?
A prime number is a number that will only divide by itself, exactly by itself.
And 1.
And 1, yes. Question 9.
What part of the female body produces most estrogen?
And that is ovaries. And finally, question 10.
Used since 1925, what is the slogan of Bell's Scotch Whisky?
And that is, afore you go. There you go. And it's actually on the neck of the bottle as well, still to this day.
It's a great slogan, isn't it?
Aye. Afore you go. And it was something that was coined during the First World War, where there were cases of whisky were sent down to the railway stations to give the soldiers that were going off to get their heads blown off something to take the nip off of it. I mean, just
Scotch courage.
I think that's what they call it. Right, so let's see how we all done with that. See if we're doing that. Excuse me. See if we're doing the tie break just for fun, or if it's we've got an outright winner. Excuse me. 36 for Linda's team. Very good. Your mum's team was that 30? Your mum's team, yeah. Oban Bandits, I think that's your highest score today, Oban Bandits, but I'm sure you'll a bad round for you there, Naoko and Leslie.
Linda and John, final total 24.
24.
And they're very happy with the sciencey questions.
Oh!
Oh.
Wow.
I've had a message from Thomas, it's a bit cryptic, but I think it's a threat. It just says let them eat cake.
That's funny. Right, let's see a wee minute. We're missing someone. Janet. And 33 for Ra, there we are. So we do actually have a proper tie break.
Do we?
Yes.
Right, wait, I haven't got Janet yet. It's just coming now.
That's a drum roll.
Yeah. So who's what's the tie?
We have a tie break between Mariana and Alison's team.
Okay, right. Janet's total is 18.
Very good, Janet.
And Jennifer, did we beat the Boylan? That's like a separate show, isn't it? Beat the Boylans.
Beat the Boylans. Yeah, we should yeah. We could do a wee sideshow, couldn't we? Yeah, she did, Jennifer.
Bandits beat Boylans.
Yeah. So, joint first we have Mariana and Alison's team. Right, so we're going to have having a proper tie break. So that means in third place we have Ra, Becky and Alan, so very well done on that. Then we have Ma Bones on 31 points. Then it's Mum's team on 30. Then Oban Bandits on 27. Then Boylan's on 25. Linda and John on 24 and Janet 18. I can actually see you dancing round the room, Jennifer.
And so Francis and Thomas there at their peak last Sunday. This is just like the excuses you get from the football managers.
Yeah, absolutely. Let them roll out. Yeah, carrying a couple of injuries, aren't we? Brilliant. Right, so. As I say, we do have an actual tie break for the win, so let's get to it. And the tie break is, what is the capacity of the Allianz Arena? I mean, obviously everyone can play.
Yes, but I think probably best if just hang fire till the two that are.
So that's Mariana and Linda and John team. So
no, it's not Linda. It's Mariana and Alison.
Sorry. Mariana and Alison. So
I mean, it won't completely, it won't spoil it if anybody else
No.
throws in one, but it'd be best if they
Yes,
got a
but
chance first.
if everyone can wait until,
Well, from putting it on the chat.
yeah.
So, by text, I've got one from Lyndon John,
Uh-huh.
so you can write that.
Yep.
Just to see who actually gets nearest it. Mariana's going for 46,000.
46,000, Mariana.
And Alison's team's going for 80,000.
Alison's team, 80,000. Right, so everyone else can fire in now if you want,
to,
yeah?
If you want to have a go.
There's a certain person I would expect to get it spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly two certain persons.
Mm-hmm. Sitting together.
No, that means three certain persons.
Right. So.
Oh. Mum's team 75.
Mm-hmm.
Marlborough 72.
Janet's also going for 75,000, but without the 24. And like, because my mum's team's 75,024.
Oh.
Can you not just put it off? No?
Sorry about that. My phone never rings. So Janet says what? 70.
75,000.
And Owen Bandits are saying 74,000.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And Boylan's saying anything? No, they're not alright, they have 62,000.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I can tell what bit Ra 67,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tell for the sake of the win, it's Alison's team with 80,000
is the nearest because the
because
answer is
the answer that we have is 75,000. So for the sake of winning the actual game,
tonight's quiz,
that means that Alison's team is the winners. Yeah. And the tie-break winners are,
well, it'd be my mum's team because that's probably absolutely,
yeah.
well, although Janet went for spot on 75,000, so well,
Mum's team and Janet will make
Yeah.
we'll make it two. Yeah.
so well done to Alison and Caroline and Richard and Jacob.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one.
Yes.
And what is actually without a doubt our toughest quiz that we've done. So
Yeah. Well, so there's Maz has been on the stadium tour. Who would think that somebody, such a small group of people, would have actually been on the tour of?
absolutely, yeah, for sure. I think for the sake of 24, I'd say we have the rubber. We'll keep it at that. Well, I'm sure you can't afford to go on holiday every month, Alison.
No, and also sometimes it's just the makeup of the team that you all
Yes, absolutely. So
dovetail. Is what I'm looking for.
but we're not entirely certain if our next quiz is going to be the end of this month, or if we're just going to keep this and start doing it the first week, the first Sunday of the month, as opposed to the last Sunday of the month. That'll be.
But we will let you. We will publicise it.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is some thinking in my switching it to the first Sunday in the month, and that it may allow other people to actually attend it, whereas when it's at the last, it tends to fall on a time when they just can't. So we'll see. But either way, we'll put up a post and send out all your links as we do. But thanks everyone for coming along, and well done again, Alison's team, and well done, Maz and Janet as well. Right, well that's maybe a good reason then for just doing it the first week of the month then. Well, you feel free. You feel free to do that, Francis and Thomas. It matters not a jot, because at the end of the day, I is the quiz master, and what I say goes.
Unless I check.
Unless Fiona says different, obviously.
So that has been really good, and thank you all for all the thank yous and for the good humour and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was very enjoyable.
Thanks everybody, good night, and have a good week, month. We'll see you all again soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Night night.